come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are back. We back in court, y'all. We back in court for Ready to Love. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm back in court again. I feel like I've been accused of being some type of home wrecker, some type of deadbeat parent that ain't paid child support. And I keep getting dragged back in court to show my receipts that I paid that child support already. I feel like I keep getting dragged back in court and accused of things where it's clear that the evidence has proven. The evidence has proven, allegedly. All you guys tell me I better start saying allegedly, allegedly. First, I got dragged into court by Vanessa, who accused me of harming her 6-year-old child with my videos. Had to come in and defend myself for that court case. I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty well. And I think the evidence eventually is going to show that Vanessa's the liar. I told y'all, anybody who stoops that low to involve a child in this sort of reality TV world, introduce that, I don't have nothing to do with it. It's too low to the ground for me, way too low for the ground. And as the days ensued, we figured out that there's a whole lot going on over there, a whole lot going on. And I watched these interviews last night. I was up late last night watching them because people was telling me I need to go watch them. And I watched Laron appear on Crystal XO. I watched a little bit of the one where he appeared with Kojo and Jay on her channel. And even on that, we also got to hear a little bit from Chaz. Chaz was on there too. And Chaz even gave more information on Vanessa. He didn't say who the woman was that was running around talking about I'm the lady of the house. He never said who the lady was. But I'm a guess, and my guess is going to be Vanessa. Because I told you from the very beginning what she was doing. She was sitting up on that couch like she was the lady of the house. She was sitting in that front seat like she was the lady of the house. When they had those Meet the Friends dates and Alexis came, she cut a look on Alexis like, what you doing here? Chaz then tells the story of Vanessa that on that little party, he had that little dinner party he hosted at his house with the 4 bedrooms and the 3-car garages. I might need to add a bunch of other women to the gold digger list. I know y'all want me to get rid of the word gold digger, but I don't know if I can. I don't know what I can. I tried to get rid of the word. I asked y'all for all your advice because I was calling Maya a gold digger. And y'all said, no, don't call her a gold digger. Don't call her a gold digger. But what about the evidence today, y'all? We done got a whole lot of new evidence in. Can I keep the word gold digger or do I have to go to these words y'all you guys replaced for me? You came up with opportunist, hypergamy. You done come up with a lot of other words. You said, I got to get rid of the word gold digger. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. Like I said, I'm always willing to compromise because I'm not a person who really likes to be in conflict. I like to move discussions forward. I don't like to get stuck. I tend to be a person that if we're stuck on something real small, but there's a bigger picture I want to get to, I concede on that small issue so that we can get to the bigger issue. That's just my personality. I'm a big picture thinker. I don't want to get stuck on minutia because what I really want to talk about are the bigger picture things. And honestly, this term of gold digger, man, boy, I done triggered a lot of people out here. And one thing we have realized is that everyone has different definitions of the word gold digger. Everyone. I have a definition of myself being of an older generation of what the term used to be called back in my day. Y'all got to remember, I'm from LA. That's where I'm from. And back in my day, LA was gold digger capital. I know a lot of you other little cities have grown up and y'all are big cities now. In Atlanta, you a big city. But back in my day, the 80s, well, you guys weren't big cities. The cities that were running things were the big cities. LA, Chicago, New York. Those were the big cities. That's where gold digger capitals were concentrated. Y'all think this is my first time spotting a gold digger? All these rules y'all done came up with gold diggers. Gold diggers got to be gold diggers don't work hard. Yes, they do. Gold diggers work harder than other people. Let me tell you something. Back in the 80s, gold digging was a career path. I don't know if y'all know this, but gold digging was a career path. Women graduated from high school. You either went to college, you went to a trade school. That was an option. You became an entrepreneur. That was an option. But I'm telling you, in LA, you either went to the movie industry and Hollywood, that people wanted to do that. But the other path for a lot of women was gold digging. And basically what gold digging was you put all your effort in to snagging a rich man. So you got up every morning at 5 a.m., you worked out, you kept yourself looking good. You had the best, you got your hair done all the time. You kept yourself up really well because at all times you was on the job. You had to be at all the fancy events. You had to always have nice outfits. So you had to spend a lot of money to hone your craft of gold digging. Y'all somehow or another put gold digging like it's not a respected profession. Out here in LA, it is a respected profession. Now, I think what's happened over the year is we've got some bad gold diggers, but I come from a world where gold diggers were successful. Okay, so when you up here talking about me what a gold digger is, oh no, gold digger don't work hard. Yes, they do. Gold diggers were out every single night at fancy events in the finest of clothes. You know, because before you find a person, before you strike gold, you got to figure out a way how to finance your business plan. Gold digging is a business plan. You got to invest in yourself first, so then eventually you get a return on your investment. That's what gold digging was. Now, back in my day, a lot of the women who got help starting their gold digging business were their parents. They came from middle class, wealthy parents. So in the beginning, they daddy financed their lives. I don't know. Do y'all not come from a world where your parents provided? I just don't know. Your parents provided your life. They put you in a nice car. They gave you nice clothes. They gave you spending money. This is where it started. So you were able to keep yourself up. Then eventually what you did was you made it your life's mission to find you a man, and you started digging for gold. It's a profession. It was something, and I'm just not talking about women. That's why I'm not for sure I like this word hypergamy, because hypergamy I don't think is the same exact thing. Because I think wanting to marry up or wanting to marry up in social status, I don't really equate that with gold digging. I really don't, because I think women who marry up or women who want to marry into a higher society, I don't think that they necessarily have selfish, or I don't know what the reason is, bad motives for doing that. I don't think anything was wrong with that. I don't think it's anything wrong with a woman deciding that she wants to, elevate her life in a certain way. What I'm talking about is when you disregard. That's why I really need y'all to bring this in. It is not the idea of marrying a person who has money or more than you. There's nothing wrong with that. So I wish people would stop with these simplistic conversations. It's the idea that becomes paramount in your life, and that what you do is you disregard everything else about that person, so that the money portion outweighs all the outlandish, foolish, and dangerous behavior. Because what we're going to be talking about today is just like my thumbnail, is that Maya and Laron have been playing with fire. And what happens when you play with fire? You get burned. And I'm going to tell you right now, both Maya and Laron have gotten burned. They both have gotten burned because Laron was playing with Maya, and Maya plays this game. This game that she plays that y'all don't want to call gold digging. She was playing this game and she played Laron, so he got burned. And then what happened is Maya got burned by Laron on the back end, because Laron did what he always does. And once he realizes he got or he's been used, he comes back with the verbal assault. But I'm going to tell you something. This game that Maya is playing, and I know all of y'all, there's a lot of talk about here about negativity, and we need to uplift the black community. But you know what? We also need to teach these women that, let me tell you, this game of using men, all right, this little game is dangerous. This is how you get in these positions, ladies, where things go left real fast. Because see, what I know about Laron is not the type of guy that I don't feel is going to go out and do any physical harm to a woman. I think Laron's issue is emotional, the screaming and the yelling. I pray none of those things would ever happen. And I don't get that feeling for him, because I said before that Laron tries to act like he's a tough guy, but he really is this sweet, tender person. I said that from the very beginning. He darn near falls in love with any woman that passes in front of him. He really does. He has a big heart to fall in love. The problem is he doesn't have discernment, and he doesn't know how to choose women correctly. He chooses the wrong women, and he becomes a mark. He becomes a mark. He too had become a mark out here, I see, for a lot of these women. Laron told us the story, y'all, that Patrice has come over his house, rubbing on his feet and cleaning his house. Patrice. Y'all know what I call Patrice. She loves the walking wounded. The minute she realizes that you are really, really wounded, that is when Patrice starts to get involved with you. People think Patrice is also a gold digger, like she's going after Chaz. No, I think what Patrice goes after are wounded men, because I think Patrice likes control. I think Patrice likes younger men and wounded men because Patrice likes to control men. She likes the upper hand. And the people that you're able to control the most are people who don't have a lot of money and you have far more money than them, and people who are wounded emotionally, because then you can manipulate them. Patrice likes wounded men. If you even think about the men that Patrice didn't like, you know, sometimes when you guys don't believe what I'm saying, just start looking at who they don't like. And one of the ones that Patrice didn't like the most on this show was Will. You know why? Because Will has a strong, tough mind. She didn't like him. She didn't like him. She didn't like his strong, tough mind from the very beginning. That's why she made up that story of the pallet, because Will actually represented the very thing Patrice hates in men. She hates strong, confident men who know what they're doing. That's what she hates. Whether y'all like Will or not, he was strong, he was confident, and he was accomplished. And that's everything that Patrice doesn't like. She don't want no accomplished man because she wants to have a level of control over him. She wants that man to have a weakness, an emotional weakness, that she feels she can come in and she can manipulate that man. And who does she go after? Like I said, she didn't just all of a sudden develop a liking to Chaz because Chaz had money. Chaz had money the whole season. The whole season. If she was only going after Chaz for money, she would have pivoted that way a long time ago. The first person she latched onto was Alonzo. He was the deer in the headlights. He was the little lamb in the woods. She went after what she felt was the weakest person on the show. Come to find out, he's not the weakest. Now she says, well, I need to move on to people who are crying and having problems. And when she figures out how Laron's life is blowing up out here in the world, next thing she knows, she coming over like she Molly Maid. Let me rub on your feet and clean your house. Let me tell you something. And here Patrice is talking about she's praying for you and holding your hands. Be careful. Be careful. Some of the predators are in the church. Some of the predators are in the church. And they're not all men. Look, I don't want nobody to come over here and send me another notice. Don't come send me no another bad customer service notice when I get going on this YouTube channel, because let me tell you, it's allegedly. It's all my opinion. There you go. I'm going to say, do I need to put a ticker at the bottom of this video? Patrice, I tell you, I've been watching all these shows, you know, Married at First Sight. We done had the biggest villain being Claire. Patrice, don't get the biggest villain award. Let me see how this Ready to Love ends. And I want to really watch what Patrice does, because Patrice might be running for the biggest villain. Because I told you I already declared Mika won. Already declared Mika won, and we see Laron got burned by Mika too. Burn, burn, burn to a crisp. To a crisp. A crispy old piece of bacon. Greasy, puffy, everything. But you know what? Everybody was on me. Everybody was on me about I'm so mean and I'm treating Laron bad and I'm treating my bad. But guess what? I guess Auntie Deborah's tough love worked, because Laron has confessed. He's giving us an update, y'all. Laron said he is in therapy. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Laron said he has stopped drinking. I believe him, because he was drinking a big old cold glass of water with some ice in it. And he looked less puffy, y'all. He looked less puffy. He said he stopped drinking, so he's in therapy. He said he has stopped drinking. He said he moved. He moved outside the party zone. I guess he used to live in maybe downtown Dallas. He was living in downtown Dallas in the high rises, I believe. He said he moved out of the party zone. He said he's not going to the zone, lounge every single week no more. So guess what? The tough love worked. If I was any kind of way able to convince Laron to stop the drinking, get therapy, stop going to the club, I'll take it. I'm okay. I'm okay if I had to be called mean and all these other words I'm being called. But what came out of it was Laron getting therapy, stopping to drink, turning his life around. I'm for it. It was all worth it. It was all worth it. I love it. I don't have no problem with it. But he sent me a bad customer service too. Actually, he the attorney. He more than a bad customer service letter. He was the attorney of Maya, and I'm gonna have to read y'all that letter too. I really am going to have to read that letter. But it was some interesting conversations, very interesting conversations on this YouTube video. But I'm going to have to call out a lot of the viewers, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now, I saw a lot of hypocrisy. I saw a lot of hypocrisy. And I'm going to tell you what the hypocrisy was. And y'all can tell me if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. But this is the problem I saw. Let's put aside whether or not who we like or dislike the most. Everybody got their own favorites. Everybody got people they like more. But in the group between Vanessa, Chaz, Laron, and Maya, I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw that Vanessa being led on by Chaz, everyone was really upset with Chaz. Okay. Everybody knows my viewpoint on what I felt with Chaz, Cat Daddy on his way to be Sugar Daddy. Everybody knows my viewpoint of when I warned Vanessa about Chaz. Okay, everybody knows the whole story if you watch the whole season. Okay, everybody knows what I said about Vanessa. She overstepped her boundaries. She darn near became a stalker. She inserted in her life and became attached too soon. All these things, right? And everybody blamed Chaz. Everybody said Chaz led her on. Chaz's fault. Vanessa was the victim and Chaz was the perpetrator. That was the story being told out here. Now we have a new story. Okay, where now who's being led on? Does everyone at least agree now that Maya has led Laron on? Does everybody agree with that now? That Maya has led Laron on. Okay, so now that Maya has led Laron on, now all of a sudden it seems like everybody's blaming Laron. Now, wait a minute. When Chaz led on Vanessa, as people wanted to say, it was Chaz's fault for leading her on, tricking her, not telling her the truth, not being honest, not being open, letting her believe what she wanted to believe, blah, 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 blah. It was Chaz's fault. But now that Maya has led on Laron, led him on, even in a worse way, it's Laron's fault. Let me tell you something. Y'all out there done gaslit Laron. Y'all done gaslit Laron and made him believe it's all his fault. All his fault. Zero accountability for Maya. And I'm going to tell you that's dangerous. Let me tell you why it's dangerous. Because out in this world of taking advantage of people, one of the things that women still have to be concerned of with men is physical violence. And like I said, this don't have nothing to do with Laron because I don't think he's in that camp. But I'm going to talk about in the general world. In the general world, not here in Ready to Love, nothing with Laron, because I want to make sure that's known. In the general world, women still need to have a level of fear of physical violence of men on women. They need to have a level of fear of it. Women can't be walking around feeling as if they're not vulnerable to physical violence from men. They need to stop doing that. They need to stop creating scenarios where they possibly can put themselves in harm's way for a man to retaliate against them in a way that could cause them physical harm. And I'm going to tell you right now, using men, leading men on, accepting gifts, okay, accepting money from them, telling them I'm not your boyfriend, but I'll continue to accept these gifts. I'll continue to go to concerts. I'll continue to go to fancy restaurants with you. I'll continue to accept Valentine's Day presents, but you're not my man. Okay, and don't think you are. And if I ever want to talk to another guy in front of you, I can do it and you can't say nothing to me because I'm a grown woman and I do what I want to do. You're absolutely correct. But it puts you in danger because you never know what kind of man you going to run across. You see, we lucky that we ran across a Laron. As he says, people are calling him a simp. Mika called him a simp. But sometimes women play these games and they don't run across Laron. They actually run across a real big bad wolf. Then what do you do? Then what do you do? What good is it going to do to say that the man is the problem, that the man is violent, that the man says bad things? What good does it do? You may be right, but what does being right have to do in the moment when now you are a victim of some type of physical violence? The damage has been done to you. You're gonna, like I keep saying, you're gonna go off and heal. Here we are once again talking about a woman, Maya, who's been done wrong because of the way Laron treated her, which we're gonna talk about that, the way he talked about her, the things he said about her. And now here she is, a victim once again. And now she's going to have to heal from this moment. Now Laron is sending me letters telling me, please back off of Maya, because you're causing Maya to look at me differently. So now, first I have Vanessa accuse me with her son. Then I had Maya accuse me of using the word gold digger term. Now I got Laron dropping in my comments telling me basically, because I called Maya a gold digger, she has now retaliated against him and she don't want to have nothing to do with him. Well, hold up, wait a minute. What do you mean she wants to stop having anything to deal with you? I thought this show was filmed back in July, August, September, somewhere around there. I thought the reunion, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. We now here in March, darn near April. And what you're telling me is something that I said here today has caused Maya to not want to talk to you anymore. I thought Maya wasn't talking to you anymore, period. Okay, because what we've been going through these last couple of days is that we were told that Laron called Maya a B word, and that was rude. We all knew it. We got on Laron. We told Laron he's out of line. We told Laron that that's unacceptable to refer to women that way. I went on a whole campaign and said, Maya, why wouldn't you know that Laron was like this? You should have never been dealing with him. Forget about forgiving him. Forget about asking him why he said that. You should have never been dealing with him, because we already saw enough footage on Laron to know that he has this temperament, that once he gets to a certain place, he gonna retaliate against you, and you don't want to be nowhere around when he retaliates. I said we saw it when he did it with Koshia. I said we saw it when he did it with Maya. We've seen it already. Not Maya. William. He went off on William. Told William off. He told Koshia off. We've seen it already. Why would you want to be another victim of Laron? Maya dropped down in my comments and said, well, I never saw none of that. I never knew nothing about that. Like I said, okay, so we buried our head in the sands. We didn't see nothing. We didn't hear nothing. We don't know nothing. We don't know nobody. We don't know nothing. Now we come to find out from Laron that Mika's the one been giving Maya all the information the whole time. Mika's the one that tells Maya all the dirt about Laron. Well, I don't know, Laron, because according to Maya, she never heard no dirt on you. Never. We all saw it, but according to Maya, she didn't know nothing bad about you. And she started entertaining you because you were heavily pursuing her. But people, we back in court. But I'm about to get vindicated. It's something about this vindication thing that the minute people write me a bad letter, it seems as if evidence appears. When Vanessa wrote me that bad letter, next thing you know, the AI robot hacked Chaz's phone, because Chaz told us somebody hacked the phone, and we kept wondering, was it just Chaz putting his passcode? But now that we know Chaz, he told us that he programs robots to respond to people. Now we know who the hacker is, a robot, y'all. Chaz done programmed the robot to hack his phone. So technically, he didn't hack his phone. Technically, Chaz did not hack his own phone. What he did was he programmed the robot to hack his phone. It's the robot's fault. But But yeah, so I got that bad customer service letter from Vanessa. Next thing I know, her evidence appeared. Then I got a bad customer service letter, a complaint letter from Maya. And next thing we know, more evidence appeared in the form of pictures on the internet showing Maya and Laron hugged up, dating, going out continuously since the show has stopped airing. All y'all who said Maya is just going out with Laron to make it to the end, y'all need to turn in your ID, because now you realize, nope, she was not just going out with Laron to make it to the end, because the end is over. The end is over. And Maya was still going out with Laron. So what y'all got next? Pretty soon you're going to land where I am. You may not call it gold digging. You may come up with a new 2024 term. But we're going to land on the same street. We may not be at the exact same house on the street, y'all. But we're going to land on the same street. And I'm going to call it Gold Digging Street. You know what? You can name your house a different name. You can name your house Hypergamy. You can name your house Opportunist. You can name everything. But the street gonna be called Gold Digging Street. And everybody out here, you're gonna land on the same street with me. We're gonna end up in the same place. We might have taken different routes to get here. Okay, Google Maps, MapQuest, Google Maps, whatever you want to call it. It might have all given us different routes. But right now, we're gonna all end up on the same street. And that is, Maya was going out with Laron for what Laron could give her and buy her. I don't know how else I could tell you. And she was willing to look over everything else. And she said she could say she was in the dark, but there's no way that she can say she's in the dark after filming, because guess what? Guess what? She admitted that Laron talked to her in a crazy kind of way. Crazy kind of way. Now, Laron, what he is saying is that he never called her the B word. Okay? So whether or not you believe he did or not, but what Laron did admit to was that he might have said that to Mika. Okay? So what he admitted to was, I never said it to Maya's face, but I did say those nasty words. Even if it did or did not include the B word, I said it to Mika. So no matter how you slice it, whether he said it directly to her, which I can actually believe he didn't, or whether he said it to Mika, and Mika carried the bad news back to Maya, which we know she's been doing all season anyway, that means Maya had the information. So we can no longer claim ignorance. We can no longer be about ignorance is bliss. Maya can no longer take the defense that I didn't know Laron was like this. We saw it in the own clip. He tells her about it. Mika has told her what this man has said about you, the derogatory things, the way he talked about you horribly. And what Maya continued to do was go out with Laron. For what? For what? Why is she going out with them? What's your reasoning, people? I'm going to tell you right now what the reasoning is for the things. And a lot of people will say, what's $100? Well, we passed $100. Maya got down in my comments and Maya said, why would I be gold digging for $100? Because you weren't gold digging for $100. You might have been gold digging for $100 per hour. Every hour on the hour that y'all was going out, maybe so. But Laron has listed a whole lot of things he's done for Maya. He has listed concerts to Little Baby. I think he even mentioned Drake, not for sure. Valentine's Day presents, going out for his birthday. Laron even says to me that the biggest mistake he made was because he was actually being too cheap with Maya. He said the whole reason they ended up at this Lava Lounge was because initially they were supposed to go to an expensive restaurant, which was probably a restaurant picked out by Maya. And Laron says, oh no, I didn't want to go to that restaurant. That restaurant is way too expensive. So what I ended up doing was being a little bit cheaper and going to Lava. But then again, he said, I got anyway, because when I got to Lava, I had to pay for us to get into the lounge. I had to pay for the drinks. And then guess what Mika did? Guess what Maya did? She pulled an old gold digger trick. Let me tell you what another old gold digger trick is, man. When a woman believes that she has a fish on the line, a man that's going to be willing to spend a lot of money and buy drinks, you know one of the things that she does? She calls her girls. She calls her girls and say, girl, I'm out here with Laron, and girl, he about to buy some drinks. Come on down. That's what they do. That's what they do. They call in their crew so their crew can get in on the action. Their crew can all win. Their crew can get a little something out of the game too. They don't always just go digging for themselves. They also want to get free tickets, free things for their friends, set everybody else up. And Laron was so drunk, he said, you know what, I went to Lava, and at first it was just supposed to be me and Amaya, but next thing I knew, Rashina was there. Next thing I knew, Mika was there. I couldn't remember because at this time, Laron is still drinking a lot. He ain't gone sober. He ain't drinking the ice water with the ice cubes yet. He's still drinking that hard liquor. He can't keep track of his money. He can't keep track of how much he's spending. He can't keep track of what he said. He can't keep track of who he's talking to. And these women are over there running up the tab, calling in the posse and saying, come on down to Lava. Free drinks are going to be flowing. Let's take this man for everything he got. To finally he realizes he better close this damn tab. I keep telling y'all I've seen it. I'm not talking out the hole in my butt, y'all. Okay, a lot of y'all want to call me old, but some old tricks don't die. Some of you new people dust off old tricks and just call them something new. So if you don't want to call it gold digging, don't call it gold digging. If you want to call it hypergamy, if you want to call it opportunist, if you want to call it whatever, I'm fine. Because like I said, we don't need to be at the exact same house on the block, but we on the same block. We sure are. I don't think there's anybody in here that cannot say with any real reasonableness that Maya has not used Laron. Even Laron has figured out. Laron has said this is some dirty, nasty work by Maya, because now he realizes what the whole game was, what the whole long game was. And I don't even know why he was surprised, because it was the same thing that she did to William. Once Maya figures out you can't do much for her, she's out. She's out. But let me read y'all this letter that I got from the attorney, Laron, who told me I better watch my mouth. You better watch your money. Laron over here sending me warning letters about how I need to watch my mouth and begging me to take it easy on Maya. He need to look out for himself. I'll be just fine, Laron. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be just fine. What you need to do is you need to look out for yourself, because you and Maya both have put each of you have put yourselves in a dangerous spot. You really have. Let me open it up. Hold on a second. Okay, let me put my glasses on so I can read. Okay, so it says, he says to me, while I do find it flattering that you think I can afford shots of gold azul, I can't. Well, you was the one, Laron, you was the one running around telling me that you live, and you weren't just telling me, you were telling everybody on YouTube streets that you live off half your paycheck. That when you pay your bills, you can pay your bills with one paycheck and the rest is left. So you know what? Hey, you out here, I told y'all about these data points, and then you get mad when people go off data points. When you release this data out in the world, and then when people start using it to make calculations, y'all get mad. You was the one running around talking about at the end of the month, you got half your whole month's paycheck to spend on liquor. Well, if you got half a month's paycheck to spend on liquor, you can go out and buy you some gold azul. Don't be getting mad at me, Laron. Get mad at your data points you sitting out there. Anyway, he says, I can afford shots of gold azul. I can't. A lot of things are off on your inside. Okay, Laron. Number one, he gonna list them down. I was never attracted to Maya because of her beauty. I never said that that's the only reason why you're attracted to Maya. I liked Maya from the very beginning. I didn't say Maya don't have no redeeming qualities, y'all. I wish people would stop putting things together. Just because I call Maya a gold digger does not believe I don't think Maya has other redeeming qualities. Good Lord. Okay, I was never attached to Maya because of her beauty. This is Dallas. There are beautiful women literally everywhere. Maya to me represents you can go through tough things in life and still come out smiling and not be jaded like me. I'm glad he's admitting that he's wounded. I saw a better half of myself in her, and she made me want to become a better man for her. Love it. Like I said, I don't really care where the inspiration comes from as long as the inspiration comes. So if Laron has told me he has become a better man because of the influence of Maya in his life, okay, and somehow he has decided between the better influence of Maya and maybe my browbeating, that he's decided to stop drinking, get therapy, stay out the lounge, spend his money more wisely. I'm for it. I don't care. In fact, that's the way he should look at it. He should look at, even though Maya got him good, even though Maya used him, he should look at it and say, you know what? Had this moment not happened, had I not been used by Maya for the last 6-7 months, had I not been browbeat by Auntie Deborah, maybe I wouldn't have made these moves. Maybe it was these things that came into his life that made him realize he had to make the change. You know, a lot of people got to hit rock bottom. A lot of people don't respond to gentle nudges. A lot of people don't respond to always 100% encouraging words. Some people respond to tough love. Some people respond to hitting rock bottom. And maybe this show made Laron hit his rock bottom. Maybe what he went through with Maya, maybe what he went through with all the other bottom feeder bloggers, because that's what he called us, bottom feeder bloggers. Okay, maybe all of us him down. Maybe all of us dragged him down to the bottom where he says we are. And maybe hitting that bottom made him realize, you know what? There's some things in my life I want to correct. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm good. I see a lot of people have made changes. A lot of these cast members have gone on these shows and they're talking about how nasty bloggers are and what we're saying wrong. Dominique has chastised me. He's chastised Grandma. But I see something about you, Dominique. I see you went on that other interview with Kojo and I didn't hear no curse words out of you. So I'm happy. I'm okay, Dominique. I'm okay if you got to talk bad about me and call me names. But if it elicited some change in you, I'm all for it. I'm okay with it. I really am. I really am. If people talking bad about Dominique and his cursing got him to change, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But let me tell you, don't be the person, though, that completely talks about your inspiration, though. Don't let us help you and move you from the sunken place and move you from the bottom and bring you up to the top, but then look back and start talking bad about us. Don't be that person. Don't be that person, because that ain't what the streets teach you anyway. Let me tell you something. When you come from the hood, and you learn a lot of things in the streets, okay, hood, gang members, bad people that taught you how to survive the streets, that taught you how to make it out in the world, who taught you how to hustle, and then you take all that grit. Yeah, you got some bad things from there. Yeah, there was some pain and trauma in those areas, but some of those things you learned and allowed you to grow and become a better person, and you moved on up to the high rise. Don't look back on those people on the street on the corner and start talking bad about them. Don't start talking about, oh, them people ain't nothing. Them people drag people down. Them people do that. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be down in the gutter with everybody else, and then when those gutter people help you rise, and then look back and want to talk about the gutter people. Don't be that person. So I'm going to caution the Larons, and I'm going to caution the Dominiques and everybody else out here talking about these bloggers and about how we calling out you guys as bull crap, but then you want to talk bad about us. No, don't be talking bad about us, because in a lot of ways, we part of your healing. We are part of, you may not like the way we helping you heal. That's okay. That's okay. You could talk about, you may not always like it, but don't discredit us, because I see a lot of change in people. I see a lot of change in some of these cast members as these interviews are going along, and they cleaning up a lot of stuff, and that's good. So I'm okay with being called the mean auntie, the mean grandma. I'm okay with it, because if it's getting any of you to change some of these bad habits you done had since before you met me, I'm all for it, because I didn't create these things with y'all. I'm just pointing them out. Okay, I didn't create them. This show didn't create them. Ready to Love didn't create them. The people that you're interacting with on Ready to Love didn't create these moments for these people. This is nothing new. This is stuff people have been doing and is being illuminated and highlighted on the show. So instead of using this moment to put down the bloggers and the viewers, just be grateful that it has been pointed out to you, that it has been illuminated, and now you can go on with the rest of your life. Don't look back on the people in the hood and then talk bad about the people in the hood and call us bottom feeders. That ain't right, y'all. All these people talk about they from the hood, they from the streets, they from, all these various places. But the way they acting, to me, don't really sound like people who got real street credit. Maybe this is the new street credit. Like I said, I'm from the 80s. I'm from the 80s. We don't do this. We don't do this kind of stuff. We don't rise from the bottom to the top and then start talking about the bottom people. We don't do it. Nah, we don't do it. Not at all. Let me go on and read this letter from attorney Laron. Maya is not a gold digger. As much as we are at odds now, that episode aired, I can confirm Maya never asked me for anything. That's fine. I don't even want to get into it. That night did not happen the way Maya described in the episode. She admitted it on 2 of Little Black Book Lives that I did not blow up on her in the club. She claimed that, but she heard it from Mika that I did it. So once again, Mika the Bone Collector, Mika the Bone Carrier. Like I said, from the very beginning, Mika, that first group of people, if y'all watch my video when I said that first group of people, the pact, I believe, was between Mika and Laron. Laron has admitted that he and Mika used to be thick as thieves. But eventually, like I said, thieves amongst thieves. Thieves amongst thieves. Mika turned on Laron as they started getting towards the end. Because you know what? Somebody got to go to jail and it ain't going to be me. Mika said somebody got to go to jail and it ain't going to be me. We already saw Mika turn on Koshia. Because Koshia and Mika were thick as thieves. And next thing you know, it was Koshia going home. It was Koshia going home. And now Laron has a whole theory around Mika being jealous of Maya because all the things he gave Maya. Who cares if she asked for him? All the things he gave Maya and all the things he did for Maya, Mika was jealous. That's why Mika was trying to sour her ear so that Maya would not want to be with Laron. And Mika was the one calling him a simp. In fact, he said lots of people were calling him a simp, telling them that he was being used by Maya. But yet I'm the one that broke him up. I'm the problem. Everybody else, all these people on the cast telling him he's been being used by Maya. But yet I'm the one. Little old me, 6-7 months later, I'm the one that's breaking them up now. Oh, my good Lord. I tell you, the accountability. Where is the accountability? Where is the accountability? That night didn't happen. What else is he saying? He's saying, I really worked on myself with Maya. Good. I'm glad that she was your muse. I'm glad that she was your catalyst. I'm glad that she was your inspiration. Then you shouldn't be talking bad about her. Don't be calling her no B's. Don't be talking bad about her, because in the end, what you're saying is it doesn't matter how much money you spent on her. He was talking about he gave her Valentine's gift, but now that he figures out she did him wrong, she wants the Valentine's gift back. Nah, don't give it back because she helped you. She helped you get sober. She helped you clean up your act. You look like you less puffy. You look like you losing weight. Your skin is glowing a little bit more. It's working. Keep going it. You ought to give her some more money. Shoot, if she don't help you turn your life around like this, she working miracles over there. But anyway, he said, so my actions with Cole and William, eventually you'll see with Alexis and Will do not reflect how I would act with Maya. I valued Maya on a higher scale than those people. So what he is trying to tell us is all the acting up ain't over. The foolishness ain't over. That's what Laron is telling us. Laron is telling us that it ain't over because he said, eventually you'll see. So he's telling me that there's some stuff I ain't even seen yet. It must gonna be at the reunion because Dominique has talked about the reunion was a hot mess. Okay. He said, I value Maya on a higher scale than those people. So I put more time and effort into being more careful about my actions. Wonderful. Sounds great. Send me a check. You bought Maya all those gifts. Send me a check too then. Since you out here want to pay everybody for helping you move up in life, you want to pay everybody for helping you get sober. You want to pay everybody and give them money for making you get on the straight and narrow road. Send me a check too then. You say Maya ain't asked. Well, I'm asking. Since you giving out money for helping you move on up. Good Lord. All I asked was for a thank you. and all I asked for was a thank you and a little bit of appreciation. I didn't even ask for no Valentine's Day gift and no top shelf and no top shelf liquor, Laron. I didn't ask for none of that. He said he is nowhere near an alcoholic. That's fine. Okay, I'll take back alcoholic. You drink a lot. When you drink 5 days a week, that's a lot. Just letting you know, that's a lot. Like I said, you ain't got to be at my house, but you on my block. You on the block. You on the block. You may not want to call it alcoholism, and I can say call it drinking too much. That's fine. I'll go with it. We may not be at the same house, but we are on the same block, and I'm okay with that. You in the vicinity. He says you should be careful of throwing those allegations around. That's fine. I'll be careful. You be careful, and I'll be careful. You be careful and I'll be careful. But I don't know. We might have to look up the clinical definition of an alcoholic. I don't know. Maybe we have to agree on the definition of what it is before I need to be careful. Do I go out? Yes. But that doesn't always involve drinking. I like racing cars, throwing axes, swimming, playing pool, trying new restaurants. Do you do that 6 days a week? Do you race cars 6 days a week? Do you throw axes 6 days a week? Do you swim and play pool 6 days a week? No, you told me you go out and drink 6 days a week. Laron, boy, I'm not 15. You may act like you 15, but I'm not 15. Goodness gracious. These are things I do when I go out, not just drink at a bar, and I do not go to the strip club. I never said the strip club. And you, Laron, told us you went to a lounge. You didn't say you went to the pool hall. You said a lounge. Oh, people. He said, please go easier. Now, this is the plea, y'all. Here's the plea. Please go easier on Maya. I can take the backlash, and honestly, I don't care. But when you speak about her, you are speaking about a very sensitive and soft woman who now is letting these bloggers and internet affect her judgment. Take shots at me all day. I can take it. Hope you have a blessed life and another 10 years of marriage. Thank you, Laron. I appreciate you wishing me well in my marriage. And I wish you well as always. But Laron, since he wrote this letter from attorney Laron, he wrote this letter, everything fell apart. It's really interesting that after I get a letter, I don't even have time to respond before it all falls apart. Because by the time I went and started watching the videos on the new interviews with Laron was talking about Maya does some dirty, nasty work. He just left me a whole message telling me to go easy on Maya. Don't call her names or gold digger, whatever. And then next thing you know, he's on Kojo. He on a world press tour talking about Maya does dirty, nasty work. People are trying to talk him off the ledge, telling him he needs to take down the pictures of Maya because Maya's now upset with him. But listen, people, listen to this timeline. Okay. The timeline with Maya and Laron is that even after all that Club Lava stuff went on, and I'm telling you, Lava's getting a lot of plugs. If you in Dallas, Fort Worth, Lava's got some free advertisement. But all that Lava stuff in, whether he told Mika and Mika told Maya, whether he called Maya a B and to her face or told Mika and then Mika went back and told Maya, what Laron is telling us is that she knew about it, which means she still continued to go out with him. She still continued to date him after the show. The only reason she broke up with him was because it all became public and people like me started calling her a gold digger. Because what he's saying is, he's saying that now that people like me are calling her a gold digger, it's starting to affect her judgment. So what he's saying is, it's my fault that I'm talking bad about Maya or disparagingly about Maya, and that now has made Maya stop going out with him. But Maya, according to him, knew about what he said and did when he was talking to Mika. He's saying she already knew that Mika had told her. So if Mika had already told her what you said and what you did, why was Maya still going out with Laron? And Maya even has pictures of Laron on his Instagram. So when people are up here trying to tell Laron, take the pictures down of Maya of you going out on dates, because what Laron was trying to do is defend himself and show people, wait a minute, Maya wasn't mad at me. Y'all are all mad at me for what you say I said to Maya, but not even Maya's mad at me. Maya overlooked it. Maya turned a blind eye. Like I said, we've been here before. We've been to where Maya turns a blind eye. She doesn't care about some of the things she sees because she is looking for what? She's looking for that street of where I am, the gold digging street. Okay. And what she says is, I don't care what he said because I'm after one thing. I'm after the gold. I'm after the gold. And people classify gold all kind of different ways. Okay. Gold can be some free concert tickets. Gold can be free drinks every other night, free dinner, drinks at all these different. You know what? I don't know what people's goal looks like. That's for them to define. But what Laron is telling you is Maya, and then all the time she's going out with him, she has made it clear. And he's even started saying, well, she makes it clear we're not dating. Okay, so you accept Valentine's Day gifts. You go out on dates. You go out to concerts. You talking all the time. You posting each other on Instagram and all these other kind of things, but you not dating? But everybody want to be mad. Everybody want to be mad at Chaz for leading on Vanessa, but nobody want to be mad at Maya for leading on Laron. And I'm telling you, the game that Laron is playing and Mika was playing with each other, it's a dangerous game. It can lead to a lot more dangerous situations. And I'm glad we all sitting here laughing and having a good kiki time, but this could have gone left real bad. It could be a real dangerous situation when you use people like this. And then when it comes out in the public and people start calling you on the behavior, then you say, well, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Because remember, when did Maya stop going out with William? When William was called out on his behavior and it became public. And what Maya said was, I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. Now all of a sudden she don't want to have nothing to do with Laron no more either. Willing to accept the gifts till it blows up in their face. Okay, so I know Laron is over here in my comments putting out a plea to protect Maya. He needs to protect himself. I'm not in danger. I'm not in danger. You're in danger, Laron. You're more in danger. So really, these two need to leave each other alone. And I would want to know, I too am like Laron. I don't know why Maya won't take down the pictures either. Why would you want pictures up of a man that cussed you out and called you a B? Whether you knew it then or whether you know it now or whatever else, why would you still want pictures up of a man who treated you this way, talked to you about this way, has dragged your name in the mud? Why would you even want pictures up on the internet? Laron has said, I'll take her pictures down. He's being petty. I'll take her pictures down when she takes my videos down or pictures down. Yeah, why not? Why would you even want them up? Why would you want pictures up of a person who has verbally abused and attacked you? Because you don't care about that. You care about the gold. Laron says Mika did him dirty too. Well, we already knew Mika was in the mix from the very beginning. I told y'all that from the very beginning. She was part of one of the masterminds. But they've let us know that Mika is looking for a spinoff. I guess she want to be on the next Make a Move. Maybe that's what Mika is gunning for. She want to be on the next Make a Move. And because that show was a hit. Make a Move was a hit. We know that's coming back. And now I guess they're going to have to pick some new women, or I don't know if they're going to pick men or new women or what they're going to do. But Mika they say Mika's gunning for a spinoff. She must be one of the ones chosen for the next Make a Move. So don't be surprised if we see her on there, y'all, because we know production likes her. We know production likes Mika. We know that production has had a hand in keeping Mika on this show. And if it is true that Mika wants a spinoff, they would have had to keep Mika on the show for the whole time, because they would want us to get to know Mika on Ready to Love. So when she's on Make a Move, we know who she is. Because everyone on Make a Move are popular people on Ready to Love. So if Mika would have gone home on episode 1 or 2, it would have been hard pressed for them to have her on Make a Move, because she wouldn't have got enough camera time on Ready to Love. So I can believe it. I can believe it. Even Laron said that when he was taking women out and paying for all these drinks, he said he even got cussed out by production because he was messing with their livelihood. He was breaking the rules so much. Everybody out here breaking rules outside the walls of protection. He said the producer had to cuss him out and say, man, you up here breaking rules. You messing up everybody's livelihood, because this is not what we supposed to be doing up in here. But hey, so don't be surprised, y'all, if we see Mika on Make a Move. But anyway, that's it, y'all. I mean, I tell you, I guess this is going to go on and on for next week. We're going to see even more. We're going to see any more. But I'm going to stop playing with fire out here in the streets, because if you play with fire, you're going to get burned. You're going to get burned. And like Laron said, this is some dirty, nasty work out here. This is some dirty, nasty work. That's it, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.